that turnaround was something else. I'm Dan, he's Drew, and we're back right away here in London to talk about Marbula E's final race.
That's right, London, not New York like we said 2 days ago. That being said, I do enjoy British Airways much more than JetBlue.
Alright, so we knew coming in this last race would come down to a battle between Porsche and Mercedes for the championship. In the initial qualifiers, the season saw its second DNF. BMW was put into the last qualifying position after they clipped the apex of turn 12 and got stuck in the wall. That track connector proved to be just enough of a barrier to bring them to a complete stop, with their momentum already all out of whack. The qualifiers ended with Audi taking pole, Porsche and Dragon in an exact tie for second, and the league runner-up Mercedes in sixth.
Starting off the finale, Porsche quickly took the lead for the first few laps. Mercedes had their chance to take the crown, but unfortunately for them, they dropped to 10th place and stayed there for a while. Techeetah and Audi broke through Porsche's lead to take the top two spots with 4:43 remaining. Porsche then fell to 4th, giving us an early indication that they were running out of steam. As if anticlimactic finals weren't already a trope in themselves, the race was very static from then on. Many of the racers' positions were quite stagnant for the majority of the race, with only the lower positions occasionally shifting. There was a huge gap between Audi and the rest of the pack, with Audi eventually winning the race. As if things weren't lackluster already, Porsche then dropped 2 and finished in 5th. But all that matters is who Porsche came ahead of. Mercedes, effectively placing ahead of the overall second place contender. Porsche won themselves Marbula E.
So the course here in London was a smooth undulating track with a few switchbacks. It neatly replicates the Formula E track just down the road here in London. The opening stretch was an incredibly quick one, followed by a more slow-paced, windy segment following. We saw this with the qualifiers. There wasn't a lot of variance in the opening section times, and there weren't a ton of opportunities for passing here in the main Prix. And at this point in the season, that really has a lot to do with how honed in each of these racers are. They've been at this for several months now, and it's easier and easier week after week for them to get into the groove and work the lines that they've been learning.
So at the end of the day, Audi won the race, but it was Porsche placing ahead of Mercedes to be crowned champions. But full credit to Audi, it was a decisive victory with more than a full second ahead of the nearest competitor. Techeetah and Neo 333 rounded out the podium here today. Looking back at the overall standings, Mercedes and Techeetah would be there to round out the overall podium behind Porsche, so excellent seasons for the both of them. And down at the bottom, a lowly Nissan, who had a really rough go of it this year. You know there's going to be a lot of talk among team executives after this one. And hey, envision Virgin Mobile, the season sponsors. They didn't get last place, so they've got that going for them, which is fine, I guess. Unlike, I don't know, those rascally jungle jumpers. Oh!
So that wraps up Marbula E. We don't have much else scheduled for the rest of 2020 from Yell In Crew, and we'll be there if any news breaks, of course, but this might actually be it for new events for a while, Drew.
Wishing everyone here a happy holiday season on behalf of TMR.
Yes, absolutely. But don't worry, the Marble Report series should be making its return to the channel soon, with an in-depth look at one of the yet uncovered Marble League events from this past year.
See you all soon!
Hey, thanks for watching. Maybe check out some of our other series on the channel, or subscribe to the Marble Report to make sure you're always up to date with the latest and greatest in Marble news. We'll see you at the next one.